Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Glad you guys are all here. I am excited for this show. Um, as everyone knows, there was a group cruise happening this last weekend, and some of them are actually still on the Utopia of the Seas, but we have some special guests on here tonight that I will be bringing up momentarily that were just on the Utopia of the Seas, and we are going to be able to hear firsthand how it was and what they thought of the Utopia of the Seas, how the food was, entertainment, everything. We're going to try and get into it all. And this is a honest review. I told the panelists, honest review, good, bad, and ugly. We are going to talk about it all. So I cannot wait, and we're going to get into it. But I do want to say hey to some people that are in the chat, and Cindy will be joining us. She'll be here in just a few moments for everyone that came to see her, which I'm sure is about everybody. So let me go ahead and pop on and see who's here. We have Crossover Paranormal Society in. Welcome in. Glad you are here. We got Mary Ellen Dillon. Welcome in. Glad you are. Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. We've got Sherry with Destination Fun is in the house. Welcome in. And we've got Scott from Controversial Cruising checking in from the Carnival Miracle. Well, welcome in, Scott. Hopefully you're having a wonderful cruise. And we've got Bill with Warm Strong Adventures in the house. And we've got Will G is in the house. Welcome in, Will. So glad you are here. Hopefully you are having a wonderful evening. And we've got Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts is in the house. Welcome in, Liz. And I hope you guys are having a good evening. Caught you guys a little bit in Coach Cruise's chat. So welcome in. And just going down, everyone saying hey to everybody. We've got Stacy is in the house. Well, welcome in, Stacy. Glad you're here. Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. And we've got Marjorie is in the house. Welcome in, Marjorie. Hopefully you are doing well. And just checking in. We've got Laura from Huddle Adventures. Welcome in, Laura. Glad you are here. Hopefully you guys are having a good evening. And we've got Ricky is in the house. Welcome in, Ricky. And we've got Kimberly is in the house. Welcome in. And we've got Mike with VentureCast is in the house. Welcome in, Mike. Glad you're here. We have Mayhem and Miracles is in the house. Welcome in, Marsha. Hopefully you are having a good evening. And we've got Meg is in the house. Welcome in, Meg. I hope that you are doing well. All right, we're going to stop it there. I see more people pop in, but we are going to stop it there for a minute so we can bring our panelists up on the screen. And first one in is Bill with Warm Strong Adventures. Hey, Bill, how you doing, buddy? Uh-oh. Are you muted? I can't hear you.
I muted myself.
There you go.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Bruce. How's everybody doing?
How are you doing, good sir?
I am doing fine. Fine. Just fresh off the Utopia.
Absolutely. All right.
Plenty of stories to tell.
Yeah, we can't wait to get into this. And we've got Sherry and Danny is in the house. Welcome in, guys. How are you doing? Oh, you guys are muted.
We were muted too. Good. How are you?
All right, panelists, unmute before you come up.
You may not want that, Bruce.
Fresh off the Utopia.
Yes. We had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time.
Good deal. We can't wait to get into it. And we've got Mike, VentureCast in the house. How you doing, Mike?
Good, good. Hello, everybody.
Let me see. I want to remove that. There we go. And last but not least, we've got Mike and Ricky in the house. Clock Family Ventures. How are you guys doing?
What's going on?
Hello, everyone.
And Ricky, is that your new hoodie? Yeah, Cindy was Googling over that. She wants one now. She thinks you're going to send her that one. But
wait till you hear the story about how I had to get this.
The journey, I
Whoa.
say.
It's not that much of a journey. Drama queen.
Whoa.
All righty. All right. So you guys, I wish we were on there too. So does Cindy, but you guys were just on the Utopia of the Seas. So we'll just kind of start around the table by, and Bill, you're first up. Just your initial impressions of the Utopia.
I thought it was a very beautiful ship. It's probably the best ship I've ever been on as far as the amenities and things like that. I think it's one of the better ships, if not the best. I want to say the best.
The best ship that you've been on?
Best ship I've ever been on.
Sherry, now you've been on, is this I know you've been on other Royal ships, but is this your first Oasis class?
Talking
Bill?
to us or Bill?
No, I'm sorry, Bill.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I know you've been on other Royal ships, but was this your first Oasis?
No, Lure of the Seas was my first one, and I mean we're going to get into it. I Utopia was better than Lure of the Seas. Lure of the Seas hasn't been upgraded yet, so you know it's going in for the amplification this year and next year, real soon. But I love the Oasis class ship so far, and they've only been on those two. I've been on the Enchantment of the Seas, which is one of the older ships, which is it reminds me of a Carnival ship. But these ships, I mean, they're so big and so many things, so many options for families, for singles, for young people, old people. They had a little bit for everybody.
Nice. Sherry and Danny, I know you guys have been on a few Royal ships, correct?
Yes, we have.
And
We've been on a
so
few.
what was your impressions of the Utopia?
Well, to me, I felt like it was any other Oasis class ship. The design and everything was the same. The only difference, I think, was the Parrot restaurant or not restaurant, but bar, and the slide, the Ultimate Abyss. They added more, like it's bigger. But other than that, and then all the parties, that was the big difference to us. But to us, it was just like any other Oasis class ship, because we've been on what, 3 or 4? 3 and 1 quantum class. So
Mike with VentureCast, what your impressions of this ship versus other ones you've been on?
Well, I thought it was a beautiful ship. It was obviously big. It's Oasis class. I've been on Harmony of the Seas before, but I like the color schemes that they had. I like the little technological improvements in certain areas were pretty neat. The 2-story lime and coconut bar and all that. I thought it was a pretty nice ship.
Very cool. And Mike and Ricky, we know you guys have been on quite a few Royal, including the largest ship in the world. But what was your impressions of this ship compared to?
So Wonder's the closest one to it because it's got the same type of windjammer. But some of the stuff they did to this one that Wonder has, I don't care for this one as much as Wonder. Up on the pool deck, there's a big jumbotron screen that on other ships they play movies and all, and there's no place to sit and watch it. On Wonder, they have like a big tier stadium seating type thing that you can sit and watch the movies, and they would do bingo out there and everything. And they took that seating out of there and put the 2-story lime and coconut. Now, Wonder has a 2-story lime and coconut. It's just like further out on that wing. So it's like it's really no different than what you do now. It's just you just go off to the side of it. And then the solarium is a little different as well. When you go in, they have these seating that are on Wonder. There's stairs that go down to the bottom pool, and on the staircases there's a bunch of chairs on each side, and now you have 5 chairs instead of like rows of chairs. So I think it's a little less seating than what they had on Wonder.
What about you, Ricky? Any thoughts on the difference?
So I wouldn't say there's too much difference, actually. The Parrot Bar Bar is new. That's brand new, but everything else is usually the Ionic or the robot. Bionic bar. That's pretty cool. It's hilarious sitting in the pesky parrot and watching people think that the parrot is real.
I should just sat down there and recorded a day.
Oh my gosh!
Of these people walking up there talking to that parrot like it's a real parrot.
Yep. It's animatronics.
I mean, there's several people that are adults that think that this parrot is real, and they're like, "Come on, buddy, are you gonna talk for me? Are you gonna talk?" And I'm like, if you wave your hand in front of that little thing right there, he might talk for you, because that's a sensor right there. They're like, "Oh, it's not real." No.
I will say the artwork and the sculptures, I'm not as impressed with, even for like Wonder or in Central Park, and even in the Solarium. I was not as impressed with the artwork and the sculptures. I think I don't know who decorated, but yeah. Well, the shows though. Oh, can we talk about the shows?
Well, we've been talking for a while.
Okay, sorry.
Let him run the show.
Let him run the show.
We'll get into the entertainment and everything too. Hold on, because I just got a special guest that came in.
I'm wet. No.
Oh, okay. I guess she has to go dry off. So never mind. All righty. So this ship was only a 3-day. I know Mike and Ricky, you guys are on a 4-day right now. So you're doing 2 stops on this one, right? Nassau and
it's the same as the other one. The only difference on this one is we have 1 sea day.
1 sea day. So with it being a 3 or 4 day, did you guys? Normally we do 7-day itineraries. Did you guys have time to really enjoy the ship, or was it so short that you didn't really?
We have not gotten off the ship in Nassau either day.
No.
What about you, Bill?
Nassau? No, I didn't get off in Nassau. I got off a perfect day at Coco Key. I got off for a few minutes, but I didn't get off long. I wanted to look at the ship. But yeah, 3 days isn't enough to see the entire ship. But you were asking as far as how I like the ship. I do. I think it's one of my favorite ships. But it's no different. I wouldn't spend the extra money to go on Utopia if I could go on Lure, because there was just not enough difference between the 2 ships.
Okay, cool. What about Sherry and Danny again, and Mike with VentureCast, and you? What about doing this ship on a 3 or 4 day versus a 7-day? Not enough time to really see much of it, or?
I kind of feel like Bill. We saw most of it though, because we've been on several Oasis ships and they're the same. So to us, I feel like I could take that money and put it towards a 7-day cruise or 2 3-day cruises versus that. So unless they drop the price, won't go back on that again. Because I can go on the Allure for $500 or $400 for 7 days versus what we just paid.
In fact, we were on the Allure back in May.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it was still fresh in our memory. So when it comes to Utopia, we just focused on what we thought was new for us. Mm-hmm. And we were able to then be able to fit all of that in a 3-day trip. I can imagine like a person that's never cruised before, let alone set a foot on an Oasis class ship.
Or never cruised on Royal.
Royal. It would be just a lot.
There's no way they could do it in
3 days. It'll be quite exhausting. Yeah.
So let's talk about the entertainment for a minute, for y'all that got to do some of the entertainment shows and stuff like that. We'll start with Mike with VentureCast. Did you get to go see any shows while you were on there?
No, actually, I didn't catch any of the shows. I just, I went to, because it was on the weekend, and I'm a sports guy, and so, I had to keep up with football, college, baseballs, and then I knew it was a 3-day cruise. So, and I just figured I was going to go on there and just enjoy the things that I enjoy on Royal. So, Playmakers was a big part of it. The lime and coconut bar, all of that. So yeah, cut the sports mostly.
Yeah. Did they have a nice sports bar on this one? Did you go to the sports bar?
Yeah. Playmakers. That's one of my favorite things on a Royal ship, and they had, it did get kind of busy. I know on Saturday when it was the college games, it did get pretty crowded. So you definitely want to get there early. I'd say get there as soon as it opens, stake your spot out, and which is what I did. And, they had good wings, like Bill was saying, and they had nachos, and I got one of those onion ring towers. So I just kind of made a day out of it both days. Well, I did get off in Coco Cay that morning. But.
Nice. What about you, Bill? I know Sunday, I'm sure you were watching your Lions.
Playmakers. And Playmakers, that was one of the things that when I went on Allure, they didn't have a Playmakers. And I've heard just great things about like Playmakers, wings and fries. I really enjoyed it. And I've cruised a lot, so I knew to pace myself. I knew I couldn't see the whole ship. So I just kind of picked out the things that I wanted to do. So Playmakers, watching football and watching football Saturday and then football Sunday. But Playmaker wings, excellent. Excellent. Best meal I had on the ship. Wings and fries and a few drinks, but we won't get into that. As far as the shows, by far the best shows I've seen at sea. They had the Aqua show, which was better than the one that was on Allure, I thought. And then the theater show, All In, was one of the best ones. Not to ruin it for everybody, there's drones involved. So I mean, it was an outstanding show. And then the ice show, it was good. I mean, it's just I didn't think it was that different than like Allure. So, if you've never been before, I would definitely go see it. But yeah, those are. I mean, I thought the entertainment was top notch.
Cool. And then Mike and Ricky, you guys were starting to talk about the entertainment earlier. So, what did you think about the shows and everything?
We packed it in the first 3 days.
Yeah.
So day one, we went to the ice show, we went to the aqua show, we went to the comedy show, and I want to say we did something else that night. And then night two, I think we did the we did All In, we did Quest.
Yep.
We did Battle of the Sexes. So we
did bingo.
Yeah, and we did bingo.
So we packed a lot in.
And then the third day, we went ahead and did our group photo and went to carousel with a few people. Some people had to get to the dinner theater to get their fart and dart beans. So I understand you couldn't miss out on those.
I will say, so I mentioned this when we talked about Jubilee, not to have a pinky in the air, but nobody can usually touch. I haven't seen between Carnival and Royal, and that's the only shows I've been on, nobody can touch Royal's entertainment when it comes to their Broadway shows or even their Aqua shows. So I loved them.
Very nice. All right, let's go back to the chat. I know we got way behind there and see who has popped in. We've got Jeffrey Gaines is in the house. Welcome in, Jeffrey. Glad that you are here. Hey, we got Chet and Robin. They're in bed watching on the tablet. Welcome in. Hopefully y'all are having a wonderful evening. Everything's going well. Let's go down. Let's see here. Everyone's saying hey to everybody.
So Bruce, can I say something about the shows? Because I do have
absolutely. Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
So those shows on this ship are so run together. There's not a lot of time for dinner because they overlap. Like one show ends, 2 minutes later, the next one's starting. Mm-hmm. If you want to do them all in 3 days, you've got to either not do the sit down dinner and go get either Windjammer or Solarium to get to your shows. And the other thing is, these people in these shows is not like any other cruise, because in the 7-day, those people aren't doing as many shows. These people in these shows are getting so worn out. You could tell by some of their facial expressions, but they still keep trucking, but you could tell they're starting to get worn out because it's just back-to-back shows for them on this ship.
Including the dinner
Wow.
show we had in the train. So
Yeah.
So they're really trying to jam pack a lot into a short cruise.
Right. And you got to think turnaround days in 3 days, right? And they're back doing shows again in 3 days.
Wow.
So it's not like they have a couple sea days or whatever breaks. It's not, they don't really have any breaks on this from the shows. They're constantly doing them. So.
Wow. Hey, Sean, welcome in. And we've got Najuma Brown is in the house. Welcome in. Hopefully you are having a wonderful evening. While we're looking, so your cabins, what type of cabins did each of you have, and how was it? We'll start with Mike and Ricky.
So
Which cabin?
we had an interior cabin originally booked, and then we were able to upgrade to a Central Park balcony. And so that was our first time ever doing a Central Park balcony, and that was on the first leg of it. It was pretty cool because you could see up to the pool deck, but like they're advertising it as being the party weekend, it is the loudest Central Park I think I've ever seen in any of the ships. And they told me that when they offered me the room, that that's what the plan is, to make it loud and partying. And then now we're in it's a front facing ocean view that has a big window in it that actually has you have a push button that opens up the blind, and it's a pretty big window. Let me see if I can show you it. But this whole section here rolls down, and that's the front of the ship. We're right at the level of the helicopter pad and all. But we're enjoying it. Got 3 good room tours to do. And actually, I was able to get in and view some of the suites as well in between the 2 cruises. So I'm going to have some videos of that as well.
We found out something really cool for those travel agents who are listening. Apparently, if you go to guest services, some ships will have a tour guide that'll take you around.
Yeah, if you sign up with your travel advisor from the different cruise lines, sometimes they do tours in between, and they'll take you around to the different type of cabins. Because we piggybacked off them on one of them while they were going around the rooms.
Oh, very cool. How was Bill? How was your room? What did you have?
I had an interior room, and I loved it. And I won't get into it was an interior room. There's not a whole lot there. The size was okay. I went there with my son, 2 twin beds. The one thing they got right, and for you young people, you might not understand this, but the chairs had backs to them. So they had they had a chair, and then they had a chair at the desk, and they both had backs. That meant so much to me. That was worth. Well, it wasn't worth the amount of money I paid, but it was worth a lot.
That's cool, because that's one thing with Carnival and NCL, because we didn't have a back at the desk at NCL either. No, that's one thing I wish we had at the desk was a back.
Both chairs, they had 2 chairs in there, and both had backs. And I thought it was a good. The bathroom was it was small, but it was functional. I had no problems with the room. Decorated kind of in neutral colors. I enjoyed it.
And Sherry and Danny, did you guys have an interior also, or did you have a different one?
We had an ocean view on the 3rd floor, and actually, we've never really had an ocean view, and we really liked it. And you could hear, we were so close to the water, you could hear the The waves and the water.
And the wake that we were creating.
So it helped us sleep. But the only complaint we had was our room was very hot.
Yeah, the AC.
Yeah. And that was really it.
But we end up liking. Well, I like the port. You prefer the balcony, but I like the window port because it was very close physically to the bed, and from the bed you're able to have a nice view outside. Not so much with a typical balcony layout because you always have that couch in that midsection in between. But in the layout with the room we booked, the bed was right next to the window, which was really nice. And we saw the pilot.
Yeah, and everything smelled new, like the carpet, everything. It smelled like brand new, clean. It was bright, like Bill said. So even the towels were still very fluffy in the bathroom. They weren't like all worn out. And
did y'all hear Mike?
How was your cabin, Mike?
I had an interior, and it was a nice room. Like they said, everything brand new. You know, plenty of power outlets. They had both lamps on either side of the bed. Had a regular wall outlet plus like a USB type charger. And but one cool thing that I figured out is you can actually, and I don't know, maybe I missed this on other Royal ships, and I'm just now finding it out, but you could actually use the app to control the TV. Yeah. So I don't know I didn't know if that was something brand new for the Utopia or not, but so if you forget the remote on the other side of the room and you got your phone, you can just pull up the app and control the TV with it. So
nice,
pretty neat.
Let's check back in with the chat. We got Karen's in the house. Welcome in, Karen. And then Meg says that Miss Ricky is always right. Hey, Lori, welcome in. Glad you are here. And then we have Susanna, single mother. I'm not going to try to pronounce the middle name, so welcome in, Susanna, though. Glad you are here. We've got M&T Living It is in the house. Welcome in. Glad that you were able to make it in. What's that?
They were on the cruise as well.
Yes, very cool. And they said Playmakers has amazing onion rings.
Mm-hmm. It's a tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look good. I didn't get them, but they did look good.
I couldn't finish mine.
I mean, they were sitting M&T. They were sitting right next to me. So yeah, we were having fun down there.
And we've got Cruz Boleros in the house. Welcome in.
And they also dislike the Cowboys just like I do, but that's a different story.
Yes. I'm probably going to get in trouble here because I have friends that are huge Cowboy fans, but I will say I thoroughly enjoyed Sunday's game. Let's see. And look who we got in here. Kurt. Charlie and Kurt Marshall, welcome in. If anyone has any questions for the panelists, please just put question and put it in there, and then we will ask them that also. Saying good evening to everybody. So let's talk about how, because I heard this from a couple different people. How loud was the ship?
Very loud.
Very loud.
Very, very.
It was, in the sail away party was like no other Royal sail away party. It was a totally different vibe. It was loud. I mean, it was good, but it was everywhere on the ship was loud. Everywhere.
I mean, the sail away party, it was fun. The cruise director, whoever it was, the guy, I don't know his name. A lot of energy, and he kept it very lively. It was fun, but it was just the whole ship was loud. Even when we first got on the ship, I went up to the windjammer, and the music they were playing, they were blasting it. And I'm like, man, they got to turn this down. They eventually did, but every place you went, there was like just loud music, and not like not like a jazz. It was like loud pop music everywhere you went.
Oh
Not
wow!
that there's anything wrong with pop music.
Right.
I told
yeah.
Ricky that I was feeling like I'm getting old because
Yes.
the music was really bothering me, and I
Yes.
normally am a music person, but it was just you can't enjoy it when it's that loud sometimes,
And he's just getting old.
huh?
I understand. I understand. Me and Mike, we're about the same age, and and you get to a certain point where you just don't want to hear music just like blasting continuously. The Cellaway party, fine. But then every hallway, every place you went to, just blasting and blasting and blasting music. Now I am starting to sound old. Get off my lawn!
You're starting to sound like, get off my lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Even the casino, it was like a nightclub. It was so loud in there. You couldn't even hear the tables. You couldn't hear anything.
And the buffet didn't have any prune juice?
What?
Oh, no prune juice?
My goodness.
Hey, Will G has a question. Were the shows different every night?
I mean, if you go to the same show, it's not different every night. But I mean, there's enough shows to keep you busy all the time. Like I said, we went to Quest, we went to the Battle of the Sexes, along with all the production shows. So there's plenty of stuff to do every night. Even if you only did one a night if you came on here and did a back-to-back for 7 days, you'd have something every night, because you get a tribute band one night on the 4-day that you don't get on the 3-day. So you miss a show if you don't do a 4-day.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
For all that extra money, I'm fine missing a show.
Right now, fine. For that money, I could go buy me a concert ticket to something like live.
You get what you pay for.
You do.
Hey, Darren, welcome in.
But I do think they had a ton of things to do. You would never be bored. And I mean, when I'm saying, it's not like Carnival where trivia here, trivia there, trivia over here. It wasn't like that. I mean, they had the Quest show. They had shows. So I caught like a show every night, like the theater show, the Aqua show, the Ice show. But then they had the Quest show and Toga party, and all throughout the day they had different things going on. You won't be bored. I mean, they really did entertain you. I'll give Royal that. I'll give him that.
And then they have like the piano man in the Schooner Bar, and then they have the guitarist at the pub. They'll have live band at Bolero's.
Oh, and we found out on this one they do a live band at the
Mason Jar.
That's where our friends are right now.
So they definitely bring in a lot of talent to keep you, occupied and entertained.
They really did. I have no problem with how they did it. As far as entertainment wise, it was and I love Carnival, even though I think I love Carnival, and there was no comparison. I don't know how it is with Princess and Celebrity, but they had something for you to do, almost 24 hours a day, and not just a simple Friends trivia.
Yeah. Hey, Will, welcome in. Together We Travel. And then, I see a comment here from Destination Fun. Really enjoyed the Lions-Bucks game on Saturday.
Yeah, Sherry. Okay. You're thin ice, Sherry. You're on thin ice. I thought we were friends.
All right. Let's see. We're not. So you talked a little bit about the Cellaway party. Cellaway party was pretty good.
It was.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, a lot more active than any other Royal ship that I've ever been on.
Yeah. Thought I was on a Carnival ship.
Yes. That was a kind of the impression. I mean, and they hyped it up like a Carnival ship.
Yep. They had the
I thought it was a good Cellaway party. It was loud. Started to sprinkle a little bit, but everybody still stayed out there, and I mean, it didn't stop anybody.
They did a booty shaking contest that I've never seen on a Royal before, and they were pretty risque.
I missed that one.
Was this
I'll
one
send you the video.
shorter cruises? Was it more of a party atmosphere than you're used to?
I would say so.
Yes.
Yes.
I would say yes, but we were just on a 4-day, 3-day, and it was
3-day.
nothing. It was a party vibe, but not like this. Like
On
this,
celebrity.
this was, well, we've been on Allure was a 4-day, and it was not like this.
No,
No,
not even the 4-day ones. No.
I did almost like a side to side, but I did an MSC 4-day, and then I did the Utopia 3-day, and it was no comparison. This was like a frat party, you know, a lot of young people drinking a lot.
A lot of bachelorette and bachelor parties on this one.
Yes.
I don't
No
think it
old
got
people
rowdy.
broken you know.
I don't think it got rowdy, but I mean, it was just a lot of people that probably had too much to drink walking around.
And M&T Living says there was plenty to do. Also, it was nice to meet everyone on the ship.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
And Scott is saying Bill in a toga.
Yes.
Are you in a toga?
But you know what? I didn't know you could wear clothes underneath it.
Yep. He was going around flashing people like crazy. So some people did definitely have more to drink than others.
Thanks for that mental
I'll keep this a G-rated show, so I won't say anything else.
I'll stay with you, Bill. Thank you.
Let's talk about the food. What was did everyone do the MDR, or because there's so many food options, did you just do the food out and about, or did anybody do any specialty dining, like the train and
we did the train.
We did the
What's that?
training, but there was something else that impressed me a bit more.
What?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
the Solarian.
There you go.
The
The
Solarian
Solarian
Bistro.
Bistro, which actually was a surprise hit. Totally free, but we decided to go there. Besides going to the main dining room because of like Sherry said, scheduling conflicts with the thousands of shows going on. And we sat there, and the place looked really nice. I thought it was like a separate restaurant. It was nicely decorated, and then when we went in there, they had like tapas style food that you were able to pick and bring it to your table.
It was a
very
buffet,
nice.
but it was already like on plates and stuff. So you just walked up and grabbed it. But we were at the Solarian Bistro and Ovation, and it was totally different.
Yeah, totally different experience. A lot of Mediterranean kind of style cuisine, and also the crepes.
And I like that better than the train that we did.
Yeah,
and the train we had to pay for.
And the train was way expensive.
Could you say it was a train?
Whoever goes on the ship, definitely check out the bistro. Highly recommend.
So let's talk about the train experience. Bill, you did the train, did you not?
Yes, I did. It was trash. The train trip. It was trash. It was trash. People, don't do it. If you're a 5-year-old and you like, if picture, I don't know who plays video games. Is it Red Redemption or what is that game? The Western game?
Red Dead Redemption.
That's it. If you're 5 to about 10 years old, you might like it. Other than that, $280 for 2 people, and it was bad. I mean,
the novelty wears off quick when you're in, and they start, opening up the windows and they start moving the cart. But then they keep on going with the acting, and they expect you to participate. But they're throwing these really cheesy dad jokes.
Yes,
and they expect you to laugh at it, And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But it's like I'm too busy eating my dinner that I could have easily gotten at the master dining room. So it's, yeah, I know.
So during the train ride, I got a telegram from the station. Dear William, good luck at the new job. I'm sure you'll knock them dead, bury the competition, and leave them breathless. P.S. We support your decision to become an undertaker.
Yeah. Those are the kind of jokes they're saying. Like, I got a telegram, too, about beans and farting.
My granddaughter would have loved that joke.
Right.
Me, I could pay $280. I know.
And jokes on them. I don't need beans to fart. So
No, they didn't either. I forgot what I had for appetizer. Did I get chicken nuggets? No, empanadas.
Oh, it's like duck.
Quack quack.
And M&T Living says, "Ouch, Bill."
I know it hurt me.
Yeah, it was very expensive.
I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, I know what I was expecting. And then they said, "Well, and we don't want you to film either."
yeah.
So it's like,
Well, you couldn't film anything
I'll
in.
film a little bit, but being serious, it really had the humor of for like 5 to 10-year-old, 12-year-old. It wasn't very good, and the food was average at best. It was average.
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
The appetizers, they had like
Presentation
chicken
of it was
nuggets.
good, I thought the presentation was good, but the taste of it was like, I
Yeah.
could have gotten it someplace else. A lot.
I mean, the ideal was good, but the presentation just wasn't good. I think Disney might have done it better, but for the price that we paid, and I'm eating short ribs as my entree, and that was top of the line short. I mean, other than that, I mean,
Actually, you know what it reminds me of? That what you took me for my birthday, the sing along,
The Hoop-Dee-Doo review.
Hoop-Dee-Doo review. It's almost similar concept there, where you go into like Southern place,
yeah.
but it's more of a song and dance show, still aimed at kids, but it was still a heck of a lot more entertaining and high energy than what we experienced on that train restaurant. So
We've seen some pretty good dinner
So-
theaters.
So, thumbs down for the train experience is what I'm getting.
Not for $125 a
At
person
least
plus
for the
tip.
price. At least for the price.
If you had kids and then you had a family, yes, I could see doing it. But adults watching that show, I mean, you're not very happy.
no.
And then the food, that's like for the amount of money that we paid. Bring me a steak or something. I mean, bring seafood. Bring me something. I didn't get my money's worth on this one.
And then the other thing too, like the folks next to us, they didn't speak any English. And like, why did you bring them on the show? this particular restaurant where the whole play is in English and no one spoke English, they were speaking Spanish. And so it's like, what's the whole point? You're gonna see a bunch of people try to mime the plot? I don't know. It was so weird. It was a very weird experience.
Did anybody get to try the poolside food truck?
We went by it, but we didn't try
We
it.
didn't try it. Didn't have enough time.
It's on my list.
And so they have taquitos. They have a pepperoni one, and I can't remember what the other one is. Then they have a a raspberry churro, like a little pocket churro, which I don't eat raspberry, so I didn't try that. And then they have a Chipotle chicken sandwich. I don't like Chipotle, so I went ahead and went with the taquitos, and they're as good as the ones that I'm not even sure if the ones at 7-Eleven may be a little bit better.
Oh,
But they come in like a like you would get at 7-Eleven. They come in like a
The
sleeve.
sleeve. Yep.
so
You
are
get
they?
one.
Do they taste like frozen ones or something like that you just warm up? They're not made there on the ship, or
Yeah, I think so.
And they
And
just
it's
sit
just-
under a warmer all day.
And
Yep.
they come with a pack of cigarettes and
Every time I walked by there was nobody in line, and they just had all those sandwiches that Mike was describing just sitting out there. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to get something that's been sitting out here for 15, 20, 30 minutes under the heat lamp. So I never got it just for that reason. The food on the ship to me was, I mean, average at best. I didn't do Chops Grill because that's one of my favorite places to go. Like on the last cruise I went on Allure, but it was average at best. And Windjammers, I was disappointed. Johnny Rocket's hamburger was good, but you have to pay for it. So
We're doing breakfast maybe tomorrow.
Either
The
tomorrow or
next
the
day,
next day, we're
Yeah.
doing John Brockett's breakfast.
because that's
'Cause
included.
that's free.
That's free.
If you eat at the Windjammer, get there early because you
Yes.
ain't gonna get a seat. Else going outside of that, those
Right.
times.
It is a smaller windjammer to us than on other.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it a smaller windjammer than some of the other Oasis class ships?
I know y'all saying it's smaller, but it is bigger. It's just weird the way they shaped it around because it takes that whole entire section.
Horseshoe shaped U. Yeah, it's kind of
I
weird.
don't know. Not enough seating. I mean,
So-
because you're missing a whole. They took the chunk out of the middle, where ordinarily there would be seating.
I was always like,
know.
it's shaped like a U. Right at the bottom of the U, I was always able to get seating. So I didn't have a problem with being crowded.
In the back.
Just had a problem with the food.
In the back, right?
Right, we're kind of in the back. It's not by the window, so you're just in the back.
Yeah.
And where it's at the bottom of the U, and I was always able to get a seat there and never had a problem. I only went twice though.
So we went to I went to Park Cafe one morning for breakfast, and it was empty. So that's another option if you're looking for a quick breakfast that's not crowded. You can run in there and grab something.
Yeah, I went there for lunch on embarkation day, and there was like nobody in there.
Mm-hmm. Between there and the Solarium on embarkation day, those are the two best places to go because everyone floods to the Windjammer. Not everyone knows about the Solarium and the Park Cafe.
But I agree with Bill. I feel like the food on this ship compared to the other royal ships was not as good.
It's not as good.
The pizza at Sorrento's was decent, I thought.
Yeah.
How about the Aqua Show? How was the Aqua Show compared to other royal ships?
Amazing.
It was amazing. The entertainment was amazing. The Aqua Show, the theater show, it was amazing.
We sat in the first 3 rows, and we were kind of scared because we never done that, being in the splash zone. But we did it because part of it was because it was the only remaining seats, and the seats do fill up very quickly, very early on. Yeah. But I'm glad we did because I think it added more to the entertainment because
it was fun.
We felt like as if we were part of the show, and they were actually doing wiring acts right above our heads.
Yep.
Which is really crazy.
Only problem I had was I'm sitting down there and I'm getting text messages of people taking pictures of me. We see you. We know where you're at. And I'm like, who is this? So now I'm looking back trying to find out who's taking pictures of me.
Yeah, we had a Where's Bill channel going on.
And they give you towels when you sit down that low too. So it's not like you're just sitting there and you have no
protection or anything. No, they do give you towels. And it's just light splashing. It's nothing.
It's like being on a ride at an amusement park. That's about as wet as you're going to get.
Pretty much. But it was high energy. It was based off of 1980s, which, we all love. But it's just, I kept thinking, they're just going to recreate acts of other aqua theater shows like Allure of the Seas. But no, it's totally different. Totally different acts. Totally different story behind it, totally different energy levels.
I think it was one of the best aqua shows that we've seen on any of the royal ships.
It's better than the one on Icon, but the Icon one wasn't finished.
Yeah, they were still
when we were there
working out the choreography and stuff.
Yeah, they were adding stuff to it. They said they didn't even have water in the pool on Icon until 5 days before we got on the ship, so they weren't able to practice anything. So the show was only like 20, 30 minutes long on Icon, but the show here is 45 minutes.
And then we saw that other vlogger person on the ice skating show.
That Jordan Bosch or whatever her name is. She's a YouTube blogger. She's in the ice show.
She's in the ice show, so we saw her, and that was a bit of a treat.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Her boyfriend. Said hi in a very non-creepy way.
I think you guys mentioned the Pesky Parrot. That's a new bar for Royal, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How was that? Did everyone go to that? And how were the drinks and everything at the Pesky Parrot?
So I've tried 2 different drinks from there, and they were very, very sweet, very sugary. And they're they come in these tiki glasses. Hold on, I'm gonna get one to show you. I may have one.
I had the peanut butter drink. I didn't think it was that sweet.
That's
I had the peanut butter, and I love peanut butter, but I couldn't finish it.
Every time
What
I
do you
went
guys-
down there, it was packed. I decided not to stick around. It was jam packed every time I went down there.
Oh, we lucked out. We actually had like almost the entire place to ourselves when we went.
Nice.
That was us this morning. These are their glasses.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
these
very
are glasses. They're very high quality for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
What do you think about the bartenders though? Do you think they were a bit slow in
Yes.
creating drinks in general?
Yes.
And it wasn't just that particular place. I kind of noticed that throughout all of the various bars throughout the ship. Like they were taking their
Forever.
yeah.
So,
Well, probably because I didn't stop around to like bars that were real crowded. I never had a problem. I go stand there. I went to Lime and Coconut, served right away. View Bar, it was served right away. So I never had that problem. But again, I'm passing by and I see an empty bar and got the drink package. Give me a drink. So it wasn't a problem.
We did the opposite. We went to like the most popular happening places. But it was still, I don't know. It was just in general, it was taking their time. And the thing is, the ship was at 75% capacity, so you would think there would be a faster service. But maybe it's because they were still training. Maybe they still trying to gather some experience.
The Solarium bar, they were very slow.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere for us.
Wow.
And then when we hopped onto Coco Cay, because we hang out for a few hours there on the island, and you ordered a drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got it like that.
Yep. Oh, and just so you guys know, if you haven't done Royal and you have a drink package, it is included on the island.
It works on the island.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice. Hey, Denise, welcome in. Glad you made it. And I think I saw, hey, Nancy, welcome in. So glad you made it. Everyone, check out Nautical Nurse Nancy after our live. She goes on right after us with her husband, Anthony. And every once in a while, Hannah will show up. So make sure you check her channel out. Greatly appreciate it. And TJ's Destination says the food sounds disappointing. And it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I don't understand is you have El Loco Fresh up there on the pool deck. Why would you put a taco truck there? Why wouldn't it be something else, some other kind of food that you can get instead of more Mexican cuisine that, I mean, and it's not even like fresh or anything? It doesn't make any sense to me.
And Sean wants to know, was there any pineapple shenanigans going on in the on the Utopia?
So there was apparently on the 9th floor where Bill stayed. That's where all the swingers were on that floor.
Wow.
Wow.
What I just said. I mean, it was so bad that I had to move.
Was that the red light district of the ship?
That was definitely the red light district.
Was that you, Clock, who put all the pineapples out there?
I can honestly say I have not hung one pineapple on any door on this cruise.
So you had Rick do it all.
I brought them to hang, and I forgot to hang them because we just been busy as heck running around.
Yeah.
That's kind of like we forgot to bring them on the Jubilee.
No, I had a banner for Sherry and Danny's door, and I forgot to put it on there. Yeah. And then I had another one for Jennifer and Andrew, which I might still be able to get. But hadn't happened yet. But there is a lot of swingers on this cruise. Apparently there was a whole swingers group on the one that they picked. I was wondering why everybody was so like telling me which week to book, and then I realized that they must have all been part of this swingers group.
Well, how did you wind up picking this week, Clock?
You all told me to. He's like, I couldn't go
I
on
didn't.
this week. I can't go on this week.
You said
right here.
You said, Bill, I'm having a group cruise on this day. Do you want to come? Yeah, yeah. Clock.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
Followed by what's your pants size? Yeah.
And then he included the pineapple in everybody's swag bag on top of it.
I did do that.
Yes, he
But
did do that.
That's the only pineapples I have given out on this cruise and last cruise.
Hey, James, welcome in. Glad you made it. Lisa says, how was the peanut butter drink? She forgot to have it.
The one at the Pesky
Pesky
Parrot.
Yeah.
I wasn't a
I
fan
guess
of it.
so.
I wasn't a fan of it. I don't know. You tried it. Did you
Yeah,
like
I didn't
it?
really like it either. Sherry said she liked
Sherry,
it.
you liked it?
I liked it.
I did not like it. Ugh.
Yeah, I tried something else today too, and it was just like super sweet. Also with the margaritas, every margarita I've had has been exceptionally sweet.
So the peanut butter drink was a mixture of pina colada and a peanut butter flavor, but it was just a hint of pina colada and a hint of peanut butter. So it's a weird combination, but it was good.
But
They're
then-
really pushing that bar though, because this morning they were filming a commercial in there for like a couple hours. I filmed them a little bit, but only a couple seconds. But I sat in there while she was reading, and they were in there on the other end at the bar section filming the commercial.
But didn't you like pay because you don't have the drink package? You paid in cash, and you thought they throw in more.
Yeah, so Rafi had the drink package. I did not, and I paid for my drink. He got the same drink, the peanut butter drink, and he finished his. I didn't finish mine, and he took it and finished mine and said mine was a lot stronger. So I don't know if it's because I paid for mine. I don't know. But he said mine tasted a lot stronger than his drink.
Well, that's kind of weird because, I mean, either way, you're paying for it.
Yeah, weird. Interesting. Hey, Z, welcome in. And then Kimberly has a question. Were there any cigar lounges?
Yes, they had a cigar bar. It was called the View Bar. They sold cigars there. It was outdoors. They treated us like humans. It was such a nice place. It was a very nice place. They actually had Uncle Nearest whiskey, and people probably don't know the story of Uncle Nearest, but Uncle Nearest is like the slave that taught Johnny Walker how to make whiskey. So they had Uncle Nearest whiskey. It was a great place.
That's the one right outside the solarium?
I never made it past it. Yes, it is. Yes. It's on the other. Yes.
Okay. Because on the Wonder and this are the only two that have that bar that hangs off the edge. On the other Oasis class, that's another hot tub. Wonder, it's not a cigar bar there. They don't sell the cigars or anything. So this must be something they did to put on this one.
When I first walked by, I didn't think it was because I didn't see any ashtrays out there. And then I went someplace else. Actually, by the Lime and Coconut, they turned it into a smoking area. And then they said, "Oh, the View Bar. They sell cigars there." I'm like, "Really? I didn't notice that." So next day I went down there. You couldn't smoke at the bar, probably for the workers' safety, but out on the outside at the tables and stuff like that, they had the ashtrays, and people coming in and smoking. And it was a great place. It was a great location.
Okay.
Nice. All right. Well, we just have a couple quick minutes left, so I'm going to quick run around the horn for a couple questions. We'll start with Bill, then do Sherry and Danny, Mike and Ricky, and then Mike at the end. First question, and I think you touched on it, but we're going to go back to it. Was the price worth it? Bill?
Yes, because it was new. But would I pay that price again? No. And if Stars of the Seas come out or whatever, the next Oasis class ship comes out, no, I wouldn't do it again because I think it's too much. The Oasis class ships are too much alike that it's not worth paying the top dollar for.
Would you book it again?
I would. If I get a good price, I would definitely book it again. I like Royal. I like it. And as I said, I think the Oasis class ships are my favorite ships. So if I was taking somebody on a cruise, I probably would do Royal Oasis class ship.
All right. Sherry and Danny, was the price worth it? Would you book it again?
I would book it again, but I don't think the price was worth it for us. Because we, like I said, we can go on another cruise for 7 days for what we paid for that and to have just as much fun.
Me, I would just go in, attend the sail away party, and then step right out because that's the most interesting part. All that high energy. Like, where was it? They had other sailaways on the other days they were leaving the ports, and we were
But it
hoping
wasn't as
we were
high.
hoping it was going to be the same thing, like high energy. But at that point, it was just like a ghost town, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if the price was lower, I would book it again. But for that price, I would not. And if I was new to Royal, I would not go first on that cruise.
Okay. Mike and Ricky, same questions. Was the price worth it? And now I know you guys are doing a back-to-back, so but would you book this ship again?
As far as the price goes, I already knew it was going to be high because of being the first one. We're only 2 months old, so I understand 2 months old. You're gonna pay a little higher than what you normally would. As far as I'm concerned, to me, this is a one and done for this one. Because if I want to come on this ship, I'll just go on Wonder. I like the Wonder better on the different areas. I mean, is there anything on this one that you like better than Wonder?
No, I like Wonder better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And like Sherry was saying, like if you've ever been on an Oasis class, they're very, very, very similar. I will tell you, the not Cafe Promenade, but the Promenade on Icon beats out all the rest. Even though that's not an Oasis class, I wish they would take that style to all the other classes. Because it's 2 stories, and then you can walk around the whole thing, and you don't have to stop like at the picture thing and then turn back around. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
But yeah, I would go on Wonder before I come on this again.
Okay. Mike, same questions.
Price is not worth it to me for a 3-day cruise for the same more expensive than a 7-day Alaska cruise.
Yep.
I mean, I booked it because it was obviously the group cruise, the people that were on it. That's why I booked it. Would I do it again? Not until the price comes way down, or a casino offer or something like that.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about it, but slowest elevators at sea that I've ever experienced. Supposedly supposed to be a faster system or whatever, but it kept me from doing a lot of stuff because I got tired of having to walk up stairs all the time to get places. So
yeah, so they have the smart elevators on this, what they consider smart elevators, where you just put what floor you're going to.
Yeah. But they just funnel everybody to the same elevator. So you got like 6 elevators. I come up, I press a floor. Bill comes up, he presses a floor. Everybody, but then they just shove us all to the same one, and then the other 5 elevators. I don't know who's using those, but I don't know. I waited like more than 5 minutes, at least twice. So I gave up.
I think there's a lot of user error there because people don't understand when you push the elevator. If you push it one time, it only thinks one person wants to get on. So if somebody pushes it one time and 5 people get on, well, now the elevator comes up to my floor, it's full. So now I got to wait for that to leave and then push it again to try to get another elevator. And people don't understand that concept. So the trick around that is you just keep hitting the button over and over and over and over and over again, and then you get a private elevator.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize
that.
The protocol for those smart elevators is you have to push the button for as many people that's in your party. So yeah.
Well, I think there's definitely something wrong with the logic because Icon had the same ones, and Icon actually has, I think, 2 less elevators on each end than this one did. And I never waited for Icon anywhere near as what I'm waiting on here. I've had several times on this one where I waited 10 minutes or maybe even longer to where I went over and hit the button again, and it gives me another elevator, and it comes right away. So it's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So Bruce, one thing I would recommend if you're doing a group cruise and you're looking to spend time with people, don't use this ship because there was really nothing against the clock or anything. There just was no time to really hang out with the group. There was just way too much stuff to do, and you had to get it done because otherwise you missed it.
It's definitely not a laid back cruise at
Yeah.
all. Don't
No.
expect to
You're busy.
relax. Expect to just be go 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 and book and reserve some off time after the ship just to recover.
Yeah. We went right to work yesterday after we got off the ship, which was not smart.
Yeah, we don't advise that either.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, hey guys, thank you for coming on and giving us your takes and your experience on the Utopia of the Seas. It does sound like a great ship. And I think at some point we'll probably try and book it when the prices come down to what a normal 3-day cruise should cost. So, but it does sound.
Can I say one more thing, Bruce?
Absolutely.
Before we get off, I will say the debarkation process was the easiest I've ever done. I literally on the app you pick when as soon as we got on the ship, they asked like, what about debarkation, and we picked like 7:30 assisted, meaning that I had to sit my luggage out the night before. At 7:30, they sent a notice, "We're ready for you," and I never stopped. I walked just directly off the ship. So at 7:30, I was probably off the ship. By 7:45, I was off the ship. It was the smoothest, it was the smoothest I've ever had.
So there was no lines.
No lines.
slowly moving like cattle.
Facial recognition on the passports on the way.
Yeah.
out.
Oh, not me. I'm talking about getting off the ship. But yeah, but like with customs, I don't even pull out my passport anymore. I'd be
I think
shocked.
we were off the ship in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like
It didn't take long at all.
It
From
really worked. That actually went both ways too, because we got there earlier than what we were supposed to, and we were already getting on the ship at 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I mean when we got there, it just walked right on.
Yep.
I mean,
we were there
it
before
was a
the
smooth
windjammer was
process.
open, which was the first
Yeah.
for the first time ever. We were like, what can we do? We didn't plan for that extra time on the ship.
Wow, that sounds awesome. That especially that debarkation to not have to worry about lines at all and just get off so quick. That's awesome. All right, everybody. Well, again, thank you, panelists, for coming in and giving us your experiences, and I greatly appreciate it. It does sound like a great ship, and someday we may get on that. Everyone, make sure you check out everybody's channels and support them. Subscribe if you haven't. Watch their videos. I'm sure there's going to be. They all have great content, but I'm sure some's going to be coming out for the Utopia. So make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell for everybody. So when stuff's uploaded, you will know. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that everyone has a wonderful day. Make sure you go over and check out Nautical Nurse Nancy and let her know we sent you her way. All right, everyone. We'll have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next week. And until next time, happy travels. We'll see you out there.